Now, we're going to welcome to the studio Deborah Valentine, Executive Director of Access.
Thank you, Kathy. Great to be here.
Good. Now, explain what Access is.
I'll try and do so briefly. Access is a volunteer, not-for-profit organization, and it has been supporting internationals, or expats as we are also referred to, for the last 27 years, supporting them with information, with answers to questions, with publications, so that they can become settled in their new environment. And we work so much, we work as much for people that we serve outside the public as we do ourselves, because the volunteers form a community network for themselves and therefore assist their own settlement process. So we have two goals.
It's altruistic. Yeah.
It is, yes.
And what kind of problems do you think, or what support do you think people are most looking for when they settle in the Netherlands?
If you would ask me that 10 years ago, I would have said looking for information in English. Now, as we all know, there's an abundance of information in English.
Including television shows.
Including television shows and radio programs and wonderful initiatives. But I think sometimes having answers to the questions from the point of view of somebody who's been through the process of trying to discover everything new, trying to understand where things can be found and which direction they should go in. I think that experience part of it is the added advantage and what people really need to take a deep breath and settle.
So not so much a patronizing advice, but from someone who's been through it.
And quite often we can anticipate the questions people have because we've had them ourselves. And so we know what to expect, and we can anticipate things that people haven't even thought of because, of course, they don't know the environment, the culture, the language, the country. So, and we've been here, so we can help guide them.
And how many volunteers are there?
Oh, it changes. We're an average of about 120 volunteers from 35 different countries. So you never quite know what language is being spoken at the office. Our working language is English, but at any given day, there's at least 3 or 4 languages floating around the office.
And what kind of balance would you say there is between like emotional support and practical support?
I think the emotional support, certainly for the volunteers themselves, comes from one another and just having that community. As an organization, the emotional support that we can offer is particularly through the counseling network. And these are counselors who are themselves expats, who speak a variety of languages and who are available for some of the smaller and larger issues that people might have on an emotional and mental well-being side. And from a practical point of view, I think what we do offer is if we've bundled the information. So you're not being sent hither or there all over the place looking for answers. We've sort of put them together in a format that meets the expectations.
And as well as that, you run a kind of network of courses, is that right?
Yeah, we have trainers who work, some are in Amsterdam, some are in The Hague, and some are elsewhere. And they offer a variety of courses that we've sort of collectively as an organization have identified as being relevant and of interest to internationals. Our most popular one is the childbirth education program. There seem to be an awful lot of expat children being born now in the Netherlands. And we have a trainer in Amsterdam who offers regular courses. Some of the other courses in Amsterdam is the digital photography and a filming course that is offered by one of our trainers, as well as career coaching. Sorry, forgot that one, which is also very important for especially the partners of the working expats who are here because they're looking for a new direction or trying to navigate the waters of trying to find a new job.
Totally right, career coaching.
Yeah.
And then if we had any viewers who were thinking, well, I could be a trainer, I could do some courses and in English and this network might be good for me. Can you help them out?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, the information is all on our website, how to become a trainer. And you can apply and there's a screening process because we want to make sure that the trainers that we have are qualified and certified in their areas. But there's a team who will look after you and look after them and talk them through the process.
Brilliant. So you have a lot of resources. You've got the helpline, the website, the guides, and then you also publish other things like a quarterly magazine.
Yes, we do. And you were once one of our very dedicated editors, and we're no longer printed, as you know, but we are now available online as a quarterly. And people ask me, how would you describe it? It's a lifestyle magazine, but what we've tried to do is find themes that will allow internationals, even if they don't speak Dutch yet, to at least connect with Dutch people on topics which are Dutch related. So we take different themes throughout the year. For instance, the one coming out in the summer is sort of inspired and centered around the World Cup for hockey. Field hockey for any North Americans.
Field hockey, not
who
football.
Might be confused. Not football and not ice hockey. And so we took our inspiration from that. And the cover story will be, sort of the basic rules so that if you are watching a game, you know what's going on.
Yeah, because it's in The Hague, isn't it?
It's in The Hague, exactly. It's taking place from the 31st of May until the 15th of June, I believe. And so that sort of was the thought behind all the other articles. So we have an article about all the different kinds of other Dutch sports that exist in the Netherlands, sport through education, and lots of different related themes. And we also think, sticking with the sports theme, of course, the World Cup football, soccer, is taking place in Brazil. So we have somebody from the Brazilian community in the Netherlands writing about Brazilians in the Netherlands, how you can learn Portuguese, where Brazilians themselves can find people like themselves. So that'll be the focus. And the e-sign is out the 1st of June.
Okay, the 1st of June.
Yes.
Oh, good taster.
Yes, so that's something to look forward to.
And then you've also been working on a book, when was it published?
It was published just at the end of last year. I brought a copy for you, Kathy, to thank you also for having us on the show and drawing attention to our work. But it came out at the end of, I'll hold that for you since you've got your hands full. It came out at the end of last year. We were working on it together with Dutch News. So it was a collaborative project, and we, Robin from Dutch News and I, came up with the idea of asking for people's opinions, what they wish they had known before they settled in the Netherlands. And so we created a whole bunch of different categories and posed some questions and asked for people's opinions. And about 150 people contributed to the book and contributed more answers than we were able to publish because we had a tremendous amount of information gathered. And so these have been sort of categorized into main topics that are relevant to living here, bureaucracy or traveling or healthcare, sort of broad topics. And we identify all of the people who've contributed, where they're from, whether they're a partner, male, female, so that people get an idea that we don't all think the same because we're all from different places. So, of course, one person might appreciate the bureaucracy and another is had their fill of it.
Yeah, that's true. So it's Ready, Steady, Go
Dutch. Exactly. And it can be purchased on the website, readysteadygodutch.com. It is a fundraiser for Access. So, and it's a little added bonus is that it also is interesting for Dutch people because they kind of get an idea of the mindset of internationals. So it's good for everybody.
Works both ways. Thank you. Well, thank you for the book. So you can go to the Access website. It's access-nl.org. Cool.
Yeah.
And then also, if people are interested in volunteering and getting involved,
information is all there. Most of the volunteering takes place in The Hague, but we do have lots of remote volunteers working from other parts of the country on the magazine, for instance, and writing for the website or helping us put together the guides. So there's always opportunities.
Brilliant. Well, thanks for joining us, Deborah.
Thank you so much for having me, Kathy.